there was this young chap called Leke who still had hair on his head, who saw the work they were doing and could see the potential to offer this sort of technology on small diameter pipe. Another area that we got called into very quickly was things that you just cannot afford to dig, where there's a pipe under a structure that cannot be dug. Good example is the railway. That's Bristol Temple Mead Station, part of the Great Western Network. I believe it was the second or third railway line to be built in England. There they had problems with the pipes going under the rail track. That track was the London to Bristol track that had traffic. I believe there was a train every 5 minutes on it. So it was just unthinkable to try and dig it up. And we were called in to reline pipes under that track. So that's CIPP, and it's a very simple idea. Like most brilliant things, they're based on simple ideas. The actual execution of those simple ideas is obviously more of a challenge, but the idea itself is very simple. The next few years of Gadmon was basically sell, sell, sell. The distribution side was madly successful, so much so that we sold the installation side and stopped installing the work. And all we just did was sell materials. But it was good that we had started off as installers, because then we truly understood how the systems work. We truly understood what the problems were. And that is something that still sets Gadmon Industries apart. That the founders initially have been there, done it, and got the t-shirt. We say to a lot of people, it's not that we're clever, but it's because we've messed up so many jobs that we can only get it right now. One of the things that happened in the beginning for us, and it was certainly good fortune, it was nearly like Christmas come early for us, was that the industry found a sugar daddy to pay for the works. What do I mean by that? By accident, a lawyer discovered that the UK building insurance policy, that is the insurance that covers the building. You know, if your building sort of moves or topples over or your roof comes off, the insurance that covers that, by accident, the way the words on the policy was written, by accident, it actually covered your pipes. And that opened up the market. Literally, it was ka-ching, ka-ching time. During that period, we experienced some rapid growth. It's extremely rapid growth. But as with good things, there's always a bad side to it. Because that sort of availability of money, what was happening was plumbers would go to a house, and anything wrong with the drain, they would say, well, we can fix it, we can line it, we can fix it, it's covered, don't worry about it, you don't need to pay. And of course you can imagine a business like that will attract gangsters, and England does have its fair share of gangsters. With the inevitable, the long-term effect that the installation prices dropped because of the sudden influx of people that were doing it, prices fell, and of course quality fell. The insurers suddenly found this big spike in the amount of money that were paying out on claims. And I think what set the alarm bells ringing for them was the fact that pipes were lined, and yet there were still problems. Because what was happening was the liners were installed not properly. What the cowboys were doing is they would put the liner in place, and rather than wait for 2 hours for that liner to go hard, they would leave sight immediately. So they'd leave sight and the liner is still soft, and what happens is the liner will tend to collapse. So where this householder had a pipe that had a few cracks, what the technology now gave them was a blocked pipe, a collapsed pipe. Also, there was abuse in as much as pipes that did not need lining were lined. So even if the pipe was perfect, line it. Anything, line it. And then we had the classic, and I mean, this one is so funny, where pipes were lined in the beginning of the pipe and at the end of the pipe, and there was no liner in the middle. And they charged for the whole length. And this was unbelievable. I was telling Christian this story, and he said to me, "But okay, what about the video survey? Do they take a video of the pipe?" I said to him, "What video? There's a standard video for every single job." So this was the problem we had. The cowboys were running the Wild West, as it were. Within reason, just about any resin or liner, if applied properly, will last for 50 years. I can tell you that. I can give you that warranty. We have over 10 million feet of liner on the ground. For example, I understand in Finland here, your buildings, the building community, can go to a bank and raise money to carry out repairs. Well, that doesn't happen in England. The banks will not loan to a building company or to the owners of the building like that. They will not do that. So invariably, if there's a problem, you're asking people to pay 5,000, 10,000 euros off their own personal pocket on something they can't see. Yeah, and you know, that kitchen, honey, looks nice. She wants the nice kitchen, but not necessarily the nice pipe that goes out of the kitchen. So we have a little bit of that.
Now I'm going to say thank you. Thank you, Leke, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming and visiting Finland.